A place in the 1973 FA Cup final was at stake as Arsenal faced second division Sunderland at Hillsborough. Sunderland had made hard work of their cup run, drawing against Notts County, Reading and Manchester City before winning the subsequent replays. Arsenal had done the league and cup double in 1971, and with the team sitting second in the top flight, they were on course to repeat the feat. With a crowd of 55,000 packed in, the Gunners were looking to make their big match experience count. Charlie George started at number 9, with John Radford only fit enough for a place on the bench. At number 5, Jeff Blockley came in for the injured Frank McClintock, although there had been some fitness doubts about Blockley himself, so his inclusion was rather a gamble by manager Bertie Mee. As for Sunderland, there were no injury issues after Mick Horswell returned to fitness in midweek. The team had been on a wonderful run since the turn of the year, and their confidence could hardly have been higher. It was a particularly interesting afternoon for the Black Cats' number 6, Richie Pitt. A couple of months earlier, he'd left Sunderland for a trial with Arsenal. The referee was the man who'd overseen the previous season's final, David Smith. Your commentator, Brian Moore.
So the semi-final is underway. Sunderland all in white, defending the goal to our left. Treading for them unknown ground. None of these players have been this far before to a semi-final with its very special atmosphere. As opposed to Arsenal, familiar ground for them. Their third successive year that they've been in a cup semi-final. Arsenal again playing in their change strip of yellow shirts and blue shorts, which in fact is what they've worn on the two previous semi-finals. Malone, Kerr, chase that, he says, to Hallam, and Simpson has to concentrate hard again on a high ball. And Sunderland continue to come fighting forward. Two redheads in the middle of the field, Alan Ball and Horswell, having quite a battle too, a battle of wits. But here's Kerr, here is Horswell now. Ball had left him for a moment and Kelly had to react quickly. Sunderland's throw. And again, all the Sunderland supporters behind that Arsenal goal, giving their team all the encouragement. Horswell again, and a shot! Oh, and a wonderful save by Wilson from Mickey Horswell. He'd scored against Manchester City, and he reacted as Wilson is injured. Well, that will bring memories of the cup semi-final of a year ago. Wilson really stretched superbly because Horswell caught that beautifully with the left foot. And Wilson just palmed it away. Well, Wilson all right again. It was a leg he injured in the last semi-final, a hand temporarily injured there, and Malone turning it in again, but miscalculating. And a free kick to Arsenal. And Horswell, in his enthusiasm, going in too hard. And too high. Story ducking low to try and backhead it. Horswell. Blockley. Touching back, and will he go far enough? No! Hallam! A goal! Blockley's mistake. Wilson came out. And Sunderland, surprising everybody, have gone into the lead through Hallam. 17 minutes gone. And the unexpected happens at Hillsborough. And again, a direct repetition of 2 years ago when Arsenal presented Stoke City with a goal, with a back pass that time by Charlie George. This time, Blockley is the unhappy man, and there's nothing but joy in Sunderland. Vic Hallam could hardly have believed his luck. The man who's seen service with Orient, with Fulham and with Luton, really out of the shadows to put Sunderland on top. A free kick now to Arsenal. What a terrible mistake. Rice with the free kick. Blockley right up there to try and make amends, and Horswell kicking off the line, and Armstrong going in, and Porterfield getting it away to Tuart. McNabb, and he thought about a back pass, saw that Kerr was in his way. Ball, Kelly, such a need for Arsenal to keep their heads, and there's Montgomery saving well as Kennedy came in. Callum there, both Ball and Blockley. Horswell and McNabb holding off Hughes, but Hughes refuses to be held off, and that really is the spirit of Sunderland football this afternoon. And this time the book is coming out and Story is going into it. Well, there must have been a bad challenge there by Story, and it's enough to put his name in the book, and of course give Sunderland the free kick. Kerr with it, driven hard again. Tuart getting in with a head, but just wide. And Sunderland are running Arsenal into a troublesome position now. Malone, George, Ball, Armstrong, a chance. No, and it won't come yet. Maybe it will now. Oh, and it went against the post and behind for a goal kick. Armstrong very close indeed for pulling back the equaliser there for Arsenal to Hughes. The confidence really is growing every minute, Sunderland. Just look at Hughes there. And they've got themselves a corner. No doubt about it that Arsenal are regarded as a side with immense character, and they're going to need to pull out all that character now. Must be like playing against a swarm of bees, as Hughes takes another corner for them, and that is on the top of the crossbar. Blockley. And a free kick to Arsenal, but that was very close indeed to another Sunderland goal. Again, Hallam timing that leap well. Tuart too. Simpson's long clearance. Charlie George. Story. But Horswell again there for Sunderland. And Hallam is first on the break. Still Hallam. And still Hallam. Oh, and a great save by Wilson. And Wilson is furious with that defence around him. Hallam always had the edge on Blockley, and the ball bounced nicely for him, and in all honesty he should have made that number 2. As it is, Wilson has kept Arsenal in the game. Still Sunderland leading 1-0, and Porterfield crossing it again. Armstrong away, and never any question at the moment that Sunderland deserve to be ahead. Porterfield back to Montgomery. And this Arsenal defence, impregnable for so long, really has looked a bit creaky. Kelly. Blockley. Armstrong. Straight to Horswell. Simpson. Guthrie. Hughes is onside. Arsenal were appealing, and that's a decent looking cross, and Hallam couldn't quite get to it. Kerr now crossing it, and a good one too. Blockley only half getting it away, and Arsenal still are all over the place until McNabb gets it away. Then only as far as Malone. Kelly, Ball. It's a long time since I've seen Arsenal in such ragged form as they are at the moment. And they really are being taken all the way by Sunderland at the moment. Ball and Horswell again continuing their battle. Rice with Arsenal's kick. Porterfield, Simpson. Others around him may have been wavering, but Simpson has had a tremendously stabilising effect on the side. But now he's away up as Hallam now takes it up again for Sunderland. Hughes and Kerr. A deep cross again towards Stewart on the far side, and Hallam! Oh, and kicked away by McNabb! And Hallam almost got through again. This is absolutely unbelievable that Arsenal should be creaking and groaning in this fashion in defence. Being torn apart by Sunderland, a goal up, and it really wouldn't have been any disgrace, and certainly not out of character with the game if Sunderland had been 3 up now. Malone. And offside against Vic Hallam. Well, it's a throw instead. Charlie George trying to get away from Malone. He's got Armstrong outside him. Now Armstrong for Arsenal. And a corner. Well, he's tried to find a way past Guthrie down the right as Armstrong. Now he's facing this fellow, Dick Malone, as he tries to take up positions on the left-hand side. Armstrong then with Arsenal's corner. Floated high, Richie Pitt getting it away. Kennedy, turn back again. Armstrong will gather this one. Hit low, deflection! Oh, and Ball tried to turn it in. And a great reflex save by Montgomery. The shot by Armstrong was deflected by a defender. And Montgomery changed direction magnificently there. And then beat off the challenge by Ball. And what an astonishing first half it's been. Ball. There was some pushing by Ball. Free kick to Sunderland. Sunderland who really rekindled the passion and the fire and the skill that swept Manchester City out of the cup in the 5th round here against Arsenal. That astonishing scoreline, 0-1 to Sunderland, and it might have been 3 without any exaggeration at all. Vic Hallam the scorer, and he already might have claimed a hat-trick in this first half. Lucky Arsenal maybe, because they only go in a goal down when they might easily have been right out of this game by now. We'll bring you the second half in just a couple of minutes. So Arsenal then get us away at the start of the second half. This 1 goal down, and it might have been more. It's Hughes for Sunderland. Well, he's gone past Ball, and there was nothing malicious about that challenge by Alan Ball, but it's got to be a free kick. And in fact, the referee, having awarded the free kick, has a word with the Sunderland player. It's Kerr, who will now take the free kick for Sunderland. And Blockley, who didn't really have a very happy first half, gets it away and Arsenal get a goal kick. Well, I wouldn't have minded being a fly on the wall of the Arsenal dressing room at half-time. I would have thought there was a bit of heart-searching there, but they are a team with such tremendous character and resolution that they're not out of it yet. Although by rights they should be well out of it by now. Kennedy. Charlie George up with him, but all a bit muddled there between Kennedy and George. They really haven't hit it off terribly well this afternoon. So John Radford, who's had a great season until injury and has missed the last 5 games, but has scored 17 times this season. And it's Jeff Blockley who's coming off. Blockley, the man whose back pass led to the only goal. That was a very dangerous thing for Simpson to do. And yes, Hughes almost through, as Arsenal waited and wondered and wanted somebody else to do the work. And Wilson in trouble again. And every so often in this game you get the feeling that Arsenal are going to concede that second goal and they're going to be right out of it. But they somehow keep surviving, and all the time they're only a goal down, they are still right in it. So Wilson all right. Fred Street, the physio, has done his work, and Sunderland with another throw. Stewart coming hard towards it, and it's there! Billy Hughes with the header! And Wilson could only put it into his own goal. And now the task for Arsenal is enormous. Hughes with a delicate back header, and Wilson could only help it on its way. Simpson, Rice, again Watson is there to challenge Charlie George in the air, and Radford has slipped Malone. Oh, and he's pulled him back, the worst kind of foul, and quite rightly, Malone is being booked for it. Arsenal, I think, claiming that they should have had a penalty, or at least that's what Kennedy was suggesting to the referee, but it was outside the area. And you can see just how seriously David Smith, the referee, is taking that one. Malone's name quite properly going into the book because Radford had slipped him. It'll be a free kick just outside the area. And that Sunderland wall has got to go back 10 yards. That'll give Arsenal something of a chance. Charlie George is coming up to let fly, and he's just wide with it. There was only inches in it. And a goal then, with a quarter of an hour or so to go, would have given Arsenal a fresh gleam of hope. Hughes, a small man who's won some valuable balls in the air. And now Stewart on the outside of McNabb. And that ball bubbled nastily into the chest of Wilson. Guthrie to Hallam. Oh, and there's some scuffling there between Charlie George and Guthrie. That was a way off the ball again, and Guthrie and George really were tangling with each other then, as this tremendous semi-final boils over badly, and Guthrie's name will go into the book. And I fancy Charlie George's as well. Well, that's Guthrie's going in. And now Charlie George's. Simpson. Oh, Kennedy and Charlie George! Yes! Charlie George! Well, that really does give this tremendous semi-final a magnificent last 5 minutes. as that ball came across. First one had a go at it, then it came through to Charlie George, left foot. Montgomery just got a hand to it, but couldn't stop it crossing the line. Arsenal 1, Sunderland 2, and about 5 minutes to go. Stewart shaking off McNabb. Hallam there waiting for it, and Story, reliable as ever, behind for the corner. So maybe it's not all up yet. Kerr with the corner. Hallam with the header, although he didn't make much of a contact. Porterfield with the loose ball. Hallam on the far side again. And McNabb lost it for a moment and couldn't take any chances. Kerr with the corner again, and that time Hughes jumping well but not quite high enough. And now there's a chance for Arsenal to whack the ball deep into the Sunderland half as Wilson takes the goal kick. And Sunderland, since the arrival of Bob Stokoe in November, and they've lost only 2 games since then, have still got to hold out as Radford crosses it once more, and again Montgomery went in, and it's a corner for Arsenal, and really there are just seconds left now. And it's all over! There aren't enough seconds, and Sunderland are through to Wembley. The side that has lived of late on the rising passions of North East football have given the North East what they've so dearly wanted. And the Sunderland fans are going crazy, and the photographers in their hundreds are surrounding Bob Stokoe in that Sunderland bench, the man who has revitalised and transformed football in the North East. Sunderland, the deserved winners of this semi-final. Arsenal 1, Sunderland 2, and the hugs are for manager Bob Stokoe. A man really who has performed a miracle at Sunderland.